Start. The High Court fell in grave error in holding that the suit was barred by time and ignored to appreciate that the right of the appellants to have the revenue record corrected arose when the appellants came to know about the wrong entry and the respondents failed to join the appellants in getting it corrected. The High Court was not justified in holding that mere existence of a wrong entry in the revenue records does not in law give rise to a cause of action within the meaning of Article 58 of the Schedule of the Act. The impugned judgment of the High Court on the question that the suit was barred by limitation cannot be sustained. Therefore, the judgment of the High Court is set aside and the matter remitted back to it for decision on merits expeditiously. Next appeal is directed against the final judgment and order of a learned judge of the Punjab and Haryana High Court dismissing a second appeal being regular second appeal number 22 of 1995 inter alia on the ground that the suit for declaration and injunction filed on 21st of August 1988 was barred. The plaintiff and the appellants were the owners and in joint possession of share in the entire land measuring about 280 canals and 8 marlas of Khewat number 31 Khatoni number 84 situated in village Ramnagar under Panchkula. The appellants and the two individuals were co-owners in the said total land. Since the appellants and the two individuals were co-owners in the said land, the said share of the land was already under mortgage with the respondents. In 1965, the respondents got their names muted in the relevant record of rights as owners of the area purchased by them as indicated in the aforesaid sale deed. The appellants filed a preemption suit bearing preemption suit number 37 of 1960 in the court of the subordinate judge class 2nd Panchkula against the respondents for possession of 2/3 share sold to them and got it decreed in their favor by the trial court by a judgment and decree dated 30th of November 1967. The respondents appealed against the aforesaid decision before the appellate court, namely District Judge Panchkula, who dismissed their appeal. Feeling aggrieved against the judgments of the courts, a second appeal was filed. On the fateful day, accused persons armed with dangerous weapons and bombs attacked the deceased and the prosecution witnesses. Appellant hurled bomb on deceased and he died on the spot, and others also hurled bombs and prosecution witnesses suffered splinter injuries. The High Court upheld the acquittal of all the accused except the appellant and convicted the appellant under section 302. The High Court has not exercised the caution that was expected to while dealing with the judgment of acquittal by the trial court. High Court was not justified in interfering with the well-considered judgment of the trial court. The judgment of the High Court is set aside and that of the trial court is restored. The well-considered judgment of the trial court has been upset by the High Court, and in its judgment, the High Court relied on the complaint. There is hardly any consideration in the High Court's judgment, more particularly of the mix-up of timings as regards the complaint. In the complaint, it is specifically alleged that the Telugu Desam party was led by the appellant. Both the parties had fought in connection with using the road, and the witness himself and his party people were accused in that case and were absconding. It is then suggested PW1 and other persons went to cart the paddy hay of RP, and while they were building the hay, the 16 accused persons came there, and the appellant A1, A3 were holding bombs in their hands. It was the appellant who hurled the bomb on deceased. The said bomb exploded and deceased fell down and died on the spot. Then the others also started hurling the bombs. PW1 then refers to his being hacked by other accused persons with a hunting sickle and on the right knee with the spear. He then refers to an injury caused on his little finger because of the spear. He then refers to the police firing a gun. After that, he refers that all the injured came to the government hospital and were being treated. On seeing the evidence of PW1 in the light of evidence of PW14, Head Constable and PW15 Circle Inspector, the falsity of his evidence becomes clear. Though in his examination in chief, he claimed that all of them along with the women folk were taken in the tractor. Stop.